I know, I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, do you know the Game Commission policy on locking gates through the game lands?
Yeah, basically during the hunting seasons, we are trying to open more and more lands. And for that very reason, we know that our hunting population is getting older and older, like me, and they aren't able to get back in there. You know, it's one thing to be able to walk back in there, but to drag a deer or a bear out of there is probably impossible. So we've been opening up more and more roads all the time. You know, there's a lot of things that come into play. Some of these roads are not in very good shape. If they get a lot of traffic on them, you know, it causes a lot of damage to those roads. We also have concern as far as liability of people driving on some of those roads that aren't in very good shape. So it's a matter of fixing those up and letting people get back there. At the same time, we have those younger people that have enjoyed hiking back in there, and here comes, you know, a whole bunch of guys driving back through, and then they're calling us and saying, hey, why'd you open this road? You know, I've always went back in there and had this great solitude, and now I've got cars driving back and forth all day. So, you know, it's one of those situations where, you know, half the people are happy and the other half aren't.
Yeah.
But we have been opening up more roads. We also created deer focus areas to try to get people back in on some of the game lands where they're actually causing damage to forest regeneration, and we try to bring hunters in there to actually help us. But we've opened those gates up and let them get back in there, and again, we receive complaints from those people that hike back in there and do it. So it's kind of a...
I'd have to imagine that the people that go back there and hike would have to be a lot less and a lot fewer than people, your average hunter is a weekend hunter, okay?
Right.
So your money comes from weekend hunters.
Right.
And those are the people looking for places to hunt. So this is just my suggestion. I really think that we should open up access to the game lands and allow people full use of them, because land sitting out there, just sitting out there without hunters getting access to it, is to me pointless and a waste of your money and a waste of our money, right? Because I mean, you guys do need a license increase, right? I agree with that. I think there's other avenues that the commission should take. I think the charging or use of game lands to non-hunters, I think, should be something that should be considered. I know a lot of sportsmen that have ATVs that would love that. I talk to every sportsman that owns an ATV would pay the commission $100 to $200 on the spot to have access to those roads instantly, just during hunting season, a dusk to dawn license even, just to be able to go out. Because you own thousands upon thousands of acres that people can't get to. And there are trails and quad roads all through them that people use anyways, right? I mean, people are already using them. You're not stopping anyone from using them. I'm by the game lands. There's quads on them all the time.
Right.
So why not make money off of it? I mean, there's not a person that owns a quad that's a sportsman who's told me they would not pay at least $100 for it. So those are just things that I'm throwing out there, and I'm going to look forward to working with you guys to come to a solution to get more money. Personally, I think that giving the commission the authority to do an increase with the CPI or inflation may be a compromise we can get to. I don't know. There's some people like me that hesitate giving full authority to commission. I just look what the Turnpike does. I mean, look at the rate of the tolls. The 3-year sunset provision actually scares me too, because if you know it's going to be taken away, we can't retroactively take back a license increase in that last year. So the sunset provision actually scares me more than I think that it helps. But again, you guys have such a balancing act to do. I appreciate everything that you do, and look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you.